Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to episode 2. Episode 2 of the Bowerstone Tavern Gaming Podcast. Episode 2, unbelievable. With me, as always, is everyone's favourite, the only way is Essex Star, Mr. Project Old School, welcome.
How are we doing, alright?
I'm good, mate, you?
Yeah, surviving.
Smashing.
That's all we can do all we can do at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it is for some that get to not go to work for a little bit, and big thumbs down for those who get to continue to go to work. But I'll not be bitter about that.
Clearly not.
So, episode 2. This means that episode 1 was somewhat of a success. As we stand, we're at 21 views on YouTube of episode 1, which is 20 views more than I expected to be.
Well, 19. We both would have watched it at least once.
Well, yeah, but when I spend an hour editing the video together, trust me, I don't want to watch that friggin' episode again. So, and it'll be the same for this one. I'm looking forward to doing this, and I'll be pissed off with it by the end of it. But people are watching it, so we'll call that a win.
That's it. Let's give the people what they want. More content.
Absolutely. So, without further ado, let's go to the subject of today, which is the Assassin's Creed series. One of my favourites. Easily one of my favourites. Have you played it? Played through them all?
I've not played one since Syndicate. That was the last one that I played, but that was only because it was set in London when it was significantly less grimy and dirty.
Less or more? Are we talking?
Less. Definitely less.
Brilliant. There was a bit of a gap for me. I mean, Assassin's Creed 1, for example, that came out in 2007, and that was Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
And it was lovely. I enjoyed that. Completely fresh way of playing, combining free running, history, Knights Templar, and jumping around Jerusalem.
And there was nothing like it at the time. It was sort of like it began its own genre.
It certainly did. It was, and look at what's happened. There is in total 11 variations. Not including the DS version. There was if I remember, there was a side-scrolling version.
There was a DS version?
There was.
I did not know that.
Yeah, apparently it was not to shout home about, but...
No, they never are when they make a handheld pulp.
No. Yeah, I think it was an add-on, like, call it another chapter in... I don't know which one it's a chapter of, but it was there. I've not played that one. Assassin's Creed 1, based in Jerusalem, and your job is to run around and kill Templars.
Pretty standard stuff, yeah.
It was brilliant. Your main character was I never know how to pronounce it. Altair, is that it? Because it says Altair. Altair, right? Okay. And he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Assassin's Creed 2 followed 2 years later in 2009, and you were set in the 15th century Renaissance. Playing, right, I've got Ezio written down here, but is it Ezio Auditore di Firenze? I think was his name.
Pretty much spot on, yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
I don't think I could have done much better.
Yeah. That brought a load of other stuff with it. If I remember, you could get different coloured suits, your armour and stuff like that.
Options, yeah.
Right. Well, I enjoyed the first Assassin's Creed so much that I pre-ordered the special edition Assassin's Creed 2 that came with the statue of Ezio. And
very nice.
It got chewed up by my cat.
Not very nice.
He had no hand, so he was running around Italy, stabbing popes and killing Templars, but he lost his life to a ginger cat called Fudge.
I'm sure that's how he would have wanted to have gone out.
Absolutely. And that was good. There's probably going to be, for everyone listening and watching, there's probably going to be some spoilers, so if you've not played them, don't carry on watching now. First spoiler starting now. You kill the Pope.
Yeah, I
in
remember that. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2. That was an ending. Now, I knew it was coming as the story was developing. You knew it was coming, but to actually go there and kill the Pope, that was a glorious end. A glorious end.
It was a little bit somewhat controversial, but
Yeah, yeah,
what's a
but
game without some controversy?
it's only controversial for people that like the Pope.
Yeah, exactly.
For everyone else, not a problem. Not a problem.
Just another target.
Yeah, yeah. Now, this is where I dropped off. I played 1 and 2, but I didn't continue for the next one, which was Brotherhood, 2010, which goes back to Ezio, and he picks it up in 1499 when he exits the vault. I think I remember seeing something about was he guarding the Apple of Eden or something like that?
Yes, I mean, I played it. I don't remember a great deal about the actual storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Yeah, I think he shut himself in somewhere in this vault. Or someone. I don't. Okay, it goes backwards and forwards. That much. Just in two games, it goes back and forwards. Desmond Miles, is it? The current day fella?
Yes, that's
that gets
right, yeah.
put into the Animus, the descendant, shall we say. But yeah, it was good. But it goes on. We've got Assassin's Creed Revelations, which was released in 2011, and it's Ezio again in 1511 AD in Constantinople, which is current Istanbul, I believe. And then we've got Assassin's Creed 3, which was 2012, which was based in 18th century England. 1754, a gentleman called Hatham Kenway. I didn't play this one at all. So,
I think that might be one under the radar for me as I think.
Yeah. Then we've got Assassin's Creed 4, which is Black Flag. Now this is where I came back.
Yeah.
Albeit a little bit later than usual. But it was...
Better late than never.
It was Pirates, come on. I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean was as popular as ever. Everyone was talking about Pirates. And here we go with Edward Kenway. An 18th century British pirate. British? Was it British? I don't know. But yeah, that was good. That brought a whole load of other stuff with it, I believe. That brought a ship. Running around on ships and the all famous sea shanties.
Sea shanties.
I think the people that recorded that, or the guys that wrote it, ended up being particularly famous because of those sea shanties. And they were good.
All bad.
To be honest
all
with
bad
you.
At all.
They were very good indeed. After that, nope. Didn't play this one either. Assassin's Creed Rogue, 2014. No, that no. I think we should have chosen a different subject. Yeah, not played it. Nope, never even heard of that one. Assassin's Creed Unity, 2014. Oh, so they brought out 2 in the same year. So I'm wondering if Assassin's Creed Rogue was the DS version.
Possibly.
Let's have a look. Let's see. Because Assassin's Creed Unity was based in France. It was part of the Revolution. Assassin's Creed Rogue. No, it was out for the PS4. And the 360, yep. That completely, yep. No idea. It's set between 2013 Black Flag and 2012 Assassin's Creed, with the final mission being the prologue to the next game, which was Unity.
Oh, right, so yeah,
there we go.
Directly linked. That makes sense.
Unity is set in France in 1776, and then we've got Syndicate. Now, Syndicate is the one that you played. Thankfully, something you can take over on, because I've not played this one either. I do have it now. but I've not played it. Is this the first game where you could choose a male or a female character?
And no, you played between. I can't remember if they were just brother and sister or if they were twins.
Yeah,
Jacob and Evie Fry.
that's the one.
I think they both take different approaches to the big target at the end.
Okay.
Evie's, I believe, was a lot more traditional Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Find targets, kill the targets. But
Yeah.
with Jacob, if I remember rightly, he basically works his way up through a gang. Sort of, I can't remember if he either inherits it or he just takes over, and then you take over the other gangs, and
Okay.
effectively just again similar to one of the Fable games,
Right.
Fable 3, where you effectively start a revolution.
Right.
And, yeah, it just added a different element to it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, just do some old-fashioned fist fights and some brawls, and you play as Jacob. If you wanted a bit more of a traditional Assassin's Creed gameplay, you'd go with Evie.
Right.
And yeah, it just added a different element to it.
Right. So you got to choose between who you played?
No, the storyline included both of them. There were
Okay.
certain parts that were just Evie's, and other parts were just Jacob.
Okay, so a bit like GTA 5. Everyone.
Very similar, yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm with you. And this was set in Victorian London. Now,
It was.
I did watch a good friend of ours, actually, Rowan. She was streaming. She was streaming Syndicate. And it was when I saw her streaming that I was like, you know what, I might grab it and give it a go. And I never did. And I ended up buying a different Assassin's Creed game for it. And I think it was the very next one, which is Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, this was the first of the complete and total revamp of the style of Assassin's Creed. This was a lot more open world. You had a very, very big expanse. Where the rest of them they did have like Assassin's Creed 1, when you played that, the world seemed massive. But you were traveling to and from, and that was it. There was nothing in between. Whereas Origins you can travel to and from, but in between, there's fucking everything you can do. So that brought it back. And you played Bayek and Kimu. And it's set in 49 BC Egypt. Now, I picked this up. If I remember right, it was on a Christmas Day night. And it was on offer on Origin, I think. And was it Origin or Uplay? Uplay, one of them. And because it was a massive gap, I mean, this was a gap between Black Flag. And since then, they brought out 3 games before they brought out Origin, so I'd missed the complete shift. Now, I remember playing Black Flag and getting used to that combat, and when Origins came out, the combat changed completely.
Completely revamped. Yeah.
I have never died so much, and I rage quit and didn't play it again. I don't know. For some reason, I just could not get my head around the combat element of Origins. I couldn't. I tried. I probably didn't try hard enough. Did you play Origins?
No, I said Syndicate was the last one that I remember playing.
Right. Okay. And then, obviously, the most recent. Well, not the very most recent one, as in it came out today, but
recent before today. Yeah.
Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, this is the game that I did play a lot of, and I streamed it. I did stream it, and I enjoyed it, and I got used to the combat. This was during lockdown, so I had plenty of time to fucking learn the combat. Exactly, This is set in 431 BC in Sparta, so this is round about the time of the Battle of Thermopylae. 300. 300. The battle that 300 is all about. Yeah, Spartans versus Persians, and big open world of Greece and all the lands in between. And you even have the opportunity to go to the pass where the Battle of 300 was fought. It turns out that the 2 main characters you can choose, male or female, there's Alexios the bloke and Cassandra the lass. Whichever one you choose, the other person becomes a twat So you're the good guy. You're doing what you need to do. Your brother or your sister is the bad guy, and you end up going to stop them in their tracks. And it turns out that you're a descendant of Leonidas, the real Leonidas from the Battle of that one. I pronounced it right already. I'm not going to fucking bother trying to pronounce it again.
Quit while you're ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the Spear of Leonidas, which gives you all sorts of powers and stuff. But it brought with you mercenaries, massive open world, all sorts of side quests. The main storyline was flawless. I never had a single problem with it. It was easy to get into. It was just huge, and I put hours into that. I can't remember it. Last time I played it, it told me how many hours I'd logged into it, which was a lot for a fucking small space of time that I was playing it. And I think the last time I streamed it, and you were there, I was at some fort. I think I was clearing out a fort, and
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
And even though I didn't have any bounties on me, I ended up with 4 mercenaries on me. Every single
in quick succession. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was a whitewash. It was bad. I'd be attacking one, and then some other fellow would come along. Like, where the fuck did you come from? And then the next minute you've got a third one on you, and then you're fighting a mercenary, and you realise that the mercenary that you're fighting is a fucking new mercenary, and the other fellows are still fucking. Oh my lord, it was mad, but it kept me involved, and I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it a lot. And when you stream it, obviously, like yourself, you were watching me, so there's not really much point in you playing it because you've fucking seen it.
Yeah, all I know about Odyssey is what I've seen from your streams.
Yeah.
And the sea shanties, obviously.
Yeah, and dying.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir there.
Yeah, desynchronized. Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right, which brings us to the release today. Now, this is people that were watching this, listening to this. This was recorded 2 days ago. On the day of release of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is, when I heard that was being announced and what it was all about, I don't think my semi went away for a good 2-3 weeks.
So much excitement.
So much excitement. However, my heart was broken because I'm still resisting it to this very moment. Buying it. I can go over the road to Argos now and buy it and play it, but I'm not going to do that because I'm saving myself for Shadowlands, and I'm going to wait. So I'm going to do my Shadowlands, and then when it's come down, a double bonus of it coming down in price, so I get it a little bit cheaper as well.
Or I might even get it for Christmas.
I might even get it for Christmas, exactly. So Valhalla, set right here in the UK, based on the Viking invasion.
We all like Vikings, don't we?
Oh, we all like Vikings. We like Vikings very much.
Very, very much.
The media that the Assassin's Creed Twitter has been using for the adverts. I've even seen the videos on TV, adverts on TV, and it says England has a new landlord, and there's him, the main character. It's like fucking brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You play Eivor, I believe he's called. I've not written notes down for this. How fucking special is that? I go all the way up to Odyssey and I didn't even bother writing down notes for fucking smart ass. Anyway,
we're learning on the job. We'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah, it's episode 2. We've got some leeway.
Yes.
You play again. You can choose between a lad or a lass. Eivor, I believe, is the bloke. But I think the lass is also called something similar, like Ivor or something. So Eivor and Ivor, or Ivor, I don't know. That's what they're called. I don't know. Ivor and I don't know. And yeah, it's about Vikings coming over and invading England, and you'll be going against kings. You'll be going against forts and castles and stuff like that, and it looks absolutely amazing. It really, really does. And I need to have it.
Yeah.
But I can't have it. I need to stop.
Keep resisting.
You're
doing so good.
I spend my money on technology. Obviously. Games, consoles, and it makes me very happy. That's my thing. So no drugs, no drinking, spend it all on games. Everybody wins.
There's worse things to be addicted to.
Indeed. But I'm stealing myself. I'm not gonna buy it. I will not buy it. If I buy it, you are within your right to fire me from Bowerstone Tavern. Just putting that out there. Everybody, all 20 people who are watching the videos, they're my witness.
Oh, put the contract right now.
Indeed.
So,
all in all, Assassin's Creed, a new genre on its own, and albeit an incredible series. I've not played. There's a lot I've not played, but the games that I have played were incredible, absolutely incredible. And I am looking forward to playing Valhalla, but not yet.
Eventually looking forward to playing Valhalla.
Yeah. What about you? Are you going to be indulging?
I will be, yes, at some point. It has to be done. I've not played an Assassin's Creed properly since Syndicate.
Yeah.
And the Vikings was whatever hooks me back in.
Absolutely. It looks amazing. I mean,
it does.
This was, I mean, when I was into Assassin's Creed and I bought the special edition of Assassin's Creed 2, I wasn't really much on social media, so I didn't see any of the promotions or anything for it. But this time around, keeping track of Valhalla, since it was announced, I remember watching the video. I think it was in, was it MGA? Was it before we did MGA?
I
think it was because it was the influence to start MGA.
It was, yeah.
We was just watching the video of the announcement of it, and it was just fucking glorious. So I went running out to it, and I was like, "Go look at this! I need to buy this." And then Shadowland gets delayed, and it comes out within fucking 3 weeks. Bastard! Not happy with that at all. Not happy with that. But Assassin's Creed, if you've not played it, do play it. It's very much worth it.
Yeah. If you can go back to the original ones to see the origin of the game and the series and the genre, highly recommend you do.
Yeah, all the games. That's the thing. The story between them all, that all flows in to each other.
Yeah. From as far as I'm aware, they're all linked in some way or another. Anyway.
Yeah. Definitely worth it. Right. That. And anything else you want to say on Assassin's Creed?
No.
No.
Really. We've covered all that we know without any notes, so we ain't done too bad.
No, all good. Now it's you, I believe. You have a subject you'd like to talk about.
We're going back in time, and as you said, beginning of the episode, 2 of the classic handhelds: the Nintendo Game Boy, and the Sega Game Gear. Probably the big 2, I'd say.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, there was the Atari Lynx, but the less said about that, the better.
The less, yeah. No. I think that the watch that you used to get with the calculator on it, and you could change the TV channel with it. I think that was a more successful handheld gaming console than the Atari Lynx.
I think those Tiger Electronic games were probably more popular than the Atari Lynx.
Yeah, I think I had a Turtles game.
Yeah, I had a Terminator one. And it was fucking awful.
I think absolutely. There's only like four different screens on it. There's a bad guy here, you here, bullet. That's it.
Pretty much. Brilliant. That's all there is to it. In terms of gameplay, there was none.
No.
Anyway, on to the big 2.
Yeah.
Right. So start at the top. The Game Boy. Yeah. Right. So everyone's had a Game Boy, whether it be the original model, the Game Boy Color, or the Game Boy Pocket, or even a Game Boy Micro. Originally released in '89, so a year after I was born.
89. I would have been 5 years old when that came out. Oh, bastard!
Yeah. That was in America and Japan. It didn't actually hit our shores or hit Europe until September 1990. So it was quite a gap.
Yeah, that is
almost
a big gap.
A year. Yeah.
Imagine how many people paid inflating prices to get one of the American or the Japanese versions over here.
Oh, yeah, even back then as well.
Yeah, easy.
Do you want to take a wild guess at when the Game Boy was discontinued?
It must have carried on for a while.
It had quite a lengthy lifespan.
The classic Game Boy, not including the color or the.
Just the Game Boys in general. So it would have been up to the release of the Advance.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna guess round about the release of the Advance, which will have been, I would say, what, 2002, 2003.
Spot on. March 2003.
Boom.
So
Yeah.
it had a shelf life of 14 years.
Jesus.
Just under 14 years, which is not bad for a hand when you consider how primitive it was as well at the time.
That's mental. I mean, the Xbox 360 that's been discontinued, hasn't it already? Has it?
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know actually. No, that's one for the wizards at Google.
Right.
Right. How many units do you reckon it sold?
Oh fucking hell!
I was surprised by this.
Worldwide,
worldwide, yeah, and that's including the color, the pocket, micro.
Okay, in total, up to the Advance, but not including the Advance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's say 4 million.
4 million.
Yeah.
118.7.
Fuck me, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I had an original one. I had a Game Boy Color, and I've still got the Game Boy Color, as you know.
Brilliant.
Yeah, insanely popular.
Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, 118 million. So compared with chucking the total sales of the Game Gear with even the shitty Atari Lynx, it sold 105 million more than both of those combined. Absolute monster of a handheld.
Mad, absolutely mad. And they're still going for a good amount of money these days as well. Collectors.
They are. Yeah.
They spend some good money on them things.
Collectors like myself.
Well, I think we're both there at that point.
Yeah.
We need to have
us,
this.
Yeah. Oh, a nice shiny refurbished Game Boy. How much?
Awesome. That is mad. That is mad. But 100% worth it.
Crazy.
100% worth it.
Absolutely.
Do you reckon that most of those will have come with the popularity of Pokemon? Now, surely Pokemon must be the biggest game series to come for the Game Boy. I might be wrong. Have you got some stats on that? I am wrong.
You are wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
The biggest seller on the Game Boy, Tetris. 35 million units.
35.
35 million individual games of Tetris.
So that's just under a third of every Game Boy sold.
Yeah.
Was a Tetris. Wow.
But then, having said that, it was one of the launch titles. So you imagine how many would have been sold as a bundle.
Yeah, definitely.
Which obviously would have impacted some of the sales. But do you want to take a guess at the other 4 of the top 5 sellers?
Right. Super Mario. Got to be the next one.
4th, Super Mario Land, I think it was.
Yeah. Tetris, Super Mario Land. Let's go for. Holy shit! I've drawn a blank. I'm assuming on your previous comment, Pokemon won't be included in these top 4.
I might as well give it all away. It's all Pokemon.
It's all Pokemon.
2, 3, and 5 best-selling games on the Game Boy are all Pokemon. So in second, you had Blue, Red, Green with I think it was 31.4 million units, combined.
Right.
Then in third, Pokemon Gold and Silver with 23.
Yeah.
And then in fifth, my favourite one of the lot, Pokemon Yellow, just under 15 million units.
Of course, Yellow was the best one. It matched the game, and you could get Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle without having to trade for them.
That was a big selling point for me. You could get all 3 of the original starters without having to pick one.
Indeed. And if you did it properly and you followed the game, the TV show, you didn't evolve your Bulbasaur, you didn't evolve your Squirtle, and you did evolve your Charizard. And they would be in your party, and that's it. I tried my best. I did it. I know for all the Pokemon fans out there are probably going to get the pitchforks and the fire out. I know that evolving them makes more powerful. I know it gives them more health, but I had all the Pokemon games and I had some. I think Green was the Japanese version, wasn't it? We had blue and red over here.
I've never seen it myself. I've
Yeah.
seen Leaf Green and Fire Red, which come out for the Game Boy Advance, but
Yeah.
not the original green one.
Yeah, that was the Japanese. That only came out in Japan, I believe. We had.
I believe.
Yeah.
It would have been both. It would have been red and blue combined.
Yeah. Yeah.
So none of that trading bollocks.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the ass when you have no one that lives in your house
Exactly.
that plays Pokemon.
And then all your friends as well that also didn't play Pokemon in your game. I'll give you a Pidgey for. And I've got no idea what it's exactly. But
you can have Diglett.
It's brilliant. I remember the glitch from Red and Blue. The missing no glitch. Is it Cinnabar Island?
Cinnabar Island, towards the end of the game, yeah.
Surf up and down the land between where the coast and the water connect. Search up and down there, and you get into a battle, and you get some scrambled mess.
Just a scrambled mess of what looks like code.
Yeah. You could catch it after you've done your Master Ball cheat to get
another glitch on top of the rare candy glitch as well.
Absolutely. What is it did? Did it make was it the second or the third item in your bag? It made it max.
I honestly cannot remember. I know it fucked up something. I can never remember what it was.
I don't know. It was everybody did that. I think absolutely everybody did it.
It's one of those things that just had to be done.
Yeah, and you and me, we guarantee we've not spoken about this before, but I can also almost guarantee that you attempted it on Yellow too, and were disappointed when it didn't work. First thing I did, let's get 700 Pikachus. No, it didn't work. Gutted. Wow.
Possibly one of the gaming world's first patches.
Yeah.
Maybe a contender.
If you think about how late Pokemon came out in the life of Game Boy.
Yeah, it would have been. The first one was 1996.
Yeah, and so
it was already 6-7 years old.
Exactly. So Tetris has already been selling for 6 years before Pokemon came out, and then all of a sudden, to date, the most sold units for the Game Boy, and mostly Pokemon in the top 5. That
basically the whole top 5, yeah.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely brilliant.
It was a good classic solid handheld. One thing that let it down though was the lack of a backlit screen.
The lack of what? Sorry.
There was the lack of a backlit screen. You had to have it at a certain angle to be able to see it, and it's an absolute pain in the arse.
Yeah, but they did bring out multiple debatable peripherals.
A lot of peripherals.
Right, let's list them off. Right, we've got, like they're mentioning the no light. It was a magnifying glass.
There was a magnifying glass.
Which had a light built into it.
Yeah. From what I remember, there was a volume booster, so like an extra set of speakers. I mean, the Game Boy was loud enough, so that was just
surround sound for the Game Boy. Brilliant.
Surround sound for Pokemon. Just all you need is 8-bit music blasting your eardrums.
Yeah. Mad.
What else was there?
The Game Boy camera.
Oh shit, yeah, the Game Boy Color and the printer as well. The world's first selfies.
The printer, which came on sticker paper, so you could take a selfie in Game Boy graphics and print it out and stick it on your fridge
and leave it everywhere.
Yeah. What else was there?
I believe at one point there was one that was sort of like everything combined. So it had the volume booster, the magnifier, a new light, and it was basically it's sort of like a slot you put your Game Boy in and close it in, and it had like a joystick on it as well. Not that you needed that for side scrollers.
I was gonna say, imagine the Game Boy itself was a pretty chunky piece of kit.
It was.
You start adding this Uber Power Rangers Mighty Morphing.
That's basically what it was.
Brilliant.
It was a full-on bloody robot, so it was.
Wow. But did it improve your gameplay?
If you could get your fingers round to the actual buttons, maybe, yeah.
Imagine you have to rest it on the table.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was huge. I mean, if you could put it on legs, you could have used it as a table. That was the size of it.
Stick some legs on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
But
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the Game Boy camera and the printer came out because I remember it on the TV. Um, you could spin it around so you could take pictures ahead of you or take a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
Um, I never actually indulged in it. I didn't buy it.
No, I
Um,
never did.
and chances are, if I was to attempt to buy it today, I'd be skint pretty quick. Yeah, those
Well,
things are
I,
probably.
I've not actually looked. I can't imagine it's cheap.
Right, we're going to do that now. We're going to do that
Yeah.
eventually. Right,
Let's
tell you what.
something else to add to my collection list.
Right, let's have a look. Game Boy camera. Game Boy camera and printer. See if there's a bundle.
Can we get a drum roll?
Right, okay. Game Boy camera on eBay. Oh, you know what? That's not bad.
Go on. How much?
Oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Right, okay, we've got Game Boy camera and printer with cable, with paper, and an original Nintendo carry case for £20 with £5 delivery.
Actually, not bad.
No,
I was expecting double that at least.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This bloke here is just selling the printer with no paper on it for 75 quid.
Yeah, good luck.
Just
Good luck with that sale, my friend.
Indeed. This one's interesting. We've got a Game Boy Pocket with a printer, a camera, a rechargeable battery pack.
Handy.
You all remember the Game Boy Pocket, the tiddly version.
Yeah.
And a game. What game is it? Let's see. Anyway, it's $149.99. Now that is a price that I would pay, but especially for the Game Boy Tetris 2.
Tetris was so good, it got a sequel.
Indeed, I didn't know it got a sequel. Did you know about Tetris?
No.
Right, we need to now. We need to know where Tetris 2 came in the rankings. If Tetris 1 was number 1.
See how you could have a sequel to Tetris?
Yeah. Put blocks down.
It's got a story. Yeah.
We put a couple of different shaped blocks in there.
So new designs, new shapes.
Yeah.
Same old music.
I gotta say new 8-bit music. No, they're gonna be the same stuff. In fact, I remember we were watching that series on Netflix. Was it High Score?
High Score, yeah, brilliant series.
Brilliant series. They had a guy on there who was the Tetris champion, I believe.
They did, yes.
And he was just too good. It's like, dude, get laid or something, but you should not be that good at putting blocks down that quickly. Anyway, yeah.
Rumor has it he's a bricklayer now.
He's certainly not married. I'll give it that.
Well, definitely not.
No. Yeah. Anything else on the Game Boy? I mean, it's my favorite. I know you've mentioned the Game Gear, but in my opinion,
Game Boy. Even just its library of games by itself was 1,000 plus.
Yeah.
So whatever you're into, chances are there's several games for you.
Even to the point where the Game Boy Advance, even the DS, was backwards compatible. So you could play Game Boy games on the Game Boy Advance because the Game Boy Advance were the same shape, just a little bit smaller. But then when the DS came out, you couldn't play Game Boy games on it unless you had the attachment for it. So you had to buy another attachment. But you could play Game Boy Advance games on the DS without the need of any attachment. I did try. I stood there looking at a Game Boy game and a Game Boy Advance game. I went, right, what's different? What's stopping it from getting in there? Right, and I found out that the Game Boy Advance games had a little groove, 2 grooves in either side of it, which the Game Boy games didn't. So I got my soldering iron, and I melted some. It was an old. I had 2 of them, and I melted the sides of the Game Boy game, and I was like, "Yep, success! It fits." And the DS went, "Yeah, no, that's not happening." Believe it or not, the difference between the games was a lot more than something physical. Yeah.
Which was a shame, because that would have been a major selling point.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of the two, I mean, I didn't own a Game Gear. I did play on the Game Gear a little bit. I think I played Sonic. Couldn't tell you which Sonic.
No.
But the Nintendo just blows out. The Game Boy blows out of the water.
It was just completely, like I said, 14 years is almost unheard of. I think that no console's done that since. Well, I think the PS2 would have come close.
Yeah, that was going to say the PS2 was the most popular one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it was just on, the library of games by itself. I mean, I think for the Game Gear, there's only a little over 300.
300
games in its library. 300.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But, yeah, so, yeah. It's definitely got to be the Game Boy. Not that we've actually said too much about the Game Gear. But...
Yeah, I'm going to say, it's got no fucking chance, but have you got some stats about the Game Gear?
I have got a few stats, actually, surprisingly.
Let's have it.
Right, so come out in Japan in 1990, released in North America in 91, and then over to Europe in 92. It's only discontinued in 97 by Sega officially, but a company called Majesco Entertainment carried it on until 2000, selling it as at a discounted price.
Okay.
This is a figure that really did surprise me. It sold over 10 million units. So in commercial terms, it was a success.
Yeah. But in comparison
10
terms,
units. It was always in the shadow of the Game Boy. That's the problem.
Right. I mean, Sonic will have been one of them. I'm sure it was a Sonic game that I played on it. But what would they say that?
Funnily enough, I couldn't actually find anything on actual sales of the top selling games for the Game Gear, which I thought was quite surprising considering the console itself sold over 10 million.
Yeah. Let's take a guess. We'll say that it sold 104 copies of Sonic worldwide.
I had one of them.
I played on one of them, so that's 2 right there. So the figures are good, people.
Copies. Yeah, 2 copies out of 2.62 million consoles. So.
Right.
Not too bad.
You heard it here first. Facts. Nothing but facts. On Bowerstone,
all about the figures here. All about the figures.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Right. While we're at it, you reckon what other handheld? I mean, you mentioned the Lynx.
Yeah.
Which was Atari.
It was, yes.
A
giant from the 70s.
So maybe if we go back to, was it the Game Boy Advance? No, I can't remember. It's the Game Boy Advance that had the same processing power as the Nintendo 64, was it? Or was it?
I believe it did, yeah.
And then it was the
It might have been, actually, yeah.
And I think the DS was on par with the GameCube.
Yep.
I think.
They were.
I can't remember with them. So
massive jumps from what they were on the original Game Boy.
Yeah. So the Game Gear will have been Mega Drive 2?
It was 16-bit.
16-bit, yeah, there you go.
Which was, for a handheld, was unheard of at the time.
Yeah, if you consider the Mega Drive and the Mega Drive 2, it's only just occurred to me now that PlayStation and Xbox weren't the first bunch of people to go, let's release the same console and put a number on the end of it.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah, you got the Mega Drive and the Mega Drive 2.
They were both really quite contrasting in their shapes and size as well. The Mega Drive 1 was a big old unit.
It was. It had this volume slider on the front of it for the headphone socket that you never used.
Yeah, it was really, really weird.
And then the Mega Drive 2 was a small square thing, which I've got here with 2 red buttons. Yeah, not much different between the two other than the number at the end of the name. How bizarre.
Yeah, there was one thing I actually did find out quite recently. You can actually use a Sega Mega Drive control in an Atari 2600.
Fucking hell, you can't you? Shit, thinking back.
The same port, yeah.
Wow.
So anyone that didn't know that, you're welcome.
Yeah.
The more you know. It's all up here.
I'm gonna put that rainbow thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Let's
put
get
it
some sound effects in. Let's do it.
and I need to edit the video, so I'm gonna put the rainbow thing in now. Told you, right? Brilliant. Right. So the Atari Lynx. I know nothing about it other than its name.
No, I do not. I know it sold about 3.5 million units.
Right.
That's it. In terms of games, anything else, I didn't even bother looking into, because everything I can see, even just looking at reviews, people saying, yeah, it's awful, it's dog shit, avoid.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother making any notes on it.
No. What was there any others?
There was, but we're talking very, very small scale.
Yeah. Not really. Especially those that you buy games for. I mean, there's loads of handheld games out there, like we were talking earlier about the Tiger game. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You had Terminator.
I had Terminator. Yeah, but there were hundreds. I think there was you could get Tekken. There was Pitfall.
Yeah.
You name it. They probably had a different version of it on Tiger games.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. But handheld. I mean, they're still coming. I mean, Nintendo. They've done it with the Switch. They were like, we want the best of both worlds here. But what they've done there is with the Wii. I think we were talking about this at the gaming podcast show. They've taken the Wii U and what's gone wrong with the Wii U, and they've just kind of put them together. So you get yourself a home console, and a handheld, which is
learn from your mistakes.
It's Nintendo all over, isn't it? It's just what they do. Sound lovely. I don't think there's much more on handheld, unless you've got any other factoids in there that.
I have exhausted all of my notes, so it's time to move on.
Darren, I started this podcast exhausting all my notes anyway, so we're good. We're good. Now we move on to my section. Now, I remember I fucked this up last time. Just to make sure, we've done general discussion, which was Assassin's Creed. We've done your retro. We're on target, right? Now it's me. Oh, I've lost your volume. Your volume's gone. Yeah. Have you pulled your mic out?
No, it's all good.
We got you. You're back.
Still there? Yeah, cool.
You might need to bend down. Because it kind of came as you bent down.
Right. My cable got caught behind my Xbox.
There we go. Fucking Xboxes causing problems all the time.
Yeah, they're not good for places with small space.
No. Especially when you've got the very first Xbox.
Exactly. It's a unit and a half.
It is.
I could clear it out and live in there, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so. But at least you've got music in there. Everybody wins.
Exactly.
My segment is going to be quite small. I'm extremely excited. The Shadowlands pre-patch comes out tomorrow. No, that sounds wrong. The pre-patch is already out. Pre-patch part 2 comes out
yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we're on. It came out yesterday, and I can assure you that I was awake as early as I could, and I was playing right up until the moment I go to work and be pissed off.
I can confirm this.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Zombie invasions. We're going back to Icecrown for the first time properly. Not including some random quests and class guides and stuff like that. It's gonna be fucking great, and I can't wait. And I've decided on my main for Shadowlands. I'm gonna be a Shadow Priest, which is not something I've mained before. But I've joined a raid group, a raiding guild, sorry. And they were in need of a Shadow Priest or a Balanced Druid, and there's no fucking chance I'm playing a Balanced Druid. No one wants to be a laser chicken. When you get round to playing World of Warcraft at some point, whenever that is, Ben's already started, so it won't be long before you do.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before he starts chewing my ear off. Oh, you should get on it. It will come, just like Destiny 2 did. It will come.
It will. But don't play Balanced Druid. They are literally overgrown chickens that throw lasers out, and it's very well known, and they're known as laser chickens.
Laser chickens.
Yeah, I think you're gonna roll a laser chicken, ain't you?
I don't know. Laser chickens. Do you know what? Someone's got to do it. I might have to take one for a team.
Take one for the expansion because no one playing it.
Exactly. It's exactly.
Indeed.
Don't learn from my mistakes.
Indeed. But I reckon there'll be other characters in there that you'll be much more interested in than a feathered twat with laser beams. Yeah, that's it. That's me done. I'm very excited. I can't wait. Very much looking forward to it. And edging ever so closely to the streamathon for it. So which will bring us to the streaming aspect of the pair of us. Project is very obviously into his old school stuff, and he streams on Facebook Gaming. Make sure you go and follow him on Twitter at Project Old School. It's spelled with a K. For those who are going on, I'm spelling it properly, but I can't fucking find him. He's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, so he's got his schedule up, which has been varying due to work commitments, but chances are we're going to be finding a 7-day fucking slog soon, seeing as his lockdown and employment.
Yeah. It's not all bad being a non-essential worker.
No. And apparently,
it's about the only pack.
Apparently making burgers is an essential fucking worker. So here I am. I am not streaming quite so regularly because I'm at work, but I have booked time off for Shadowlands launch, and I will be doing a 4-day slog starting on the 23rd of November, where we're going through the live launch. I will be online before the quest goes live, before the expansion gets released to the entire world, and I'll be playing until I go back to work on the Friday. And as mentioned last time, the missus is going to take over my stream on the Wednesday, create a character on World of Warcraft for the very first time, and it's going to be fucking hilarious. So be sure to watch it. Good. Mostly just you just get me playing to a decent level, and then she's going to come in and, as we say in the house, do a Donna. So, So, I am very excited about this bit. We have a brand new, I say brand new segment because we've had one fucking episode and we've already changed shit already.
Like I said, we're learning on the job.
Absolutely. And chances are next week, these streams are going to go from, 47 minutes that we did last time. This one's going to be a fucking hour. Next week it'll be 2 hours. And eventually we will do that 24-hour podcast that we were talking about last week.
Yeah, look forward to it. I'll make sure I've got coffee and Red Bull on standby.
Exactly. So, we would like to introduce PubQ. Now, PubQ is a play on words because I'm that fucking lame on PUBG. But this time it's a pub quiz. And the first contestant is Project Old School. So, what we're doing every week, or as often as we can, we are going to do a quiz based on the specialist subject of Mastermind. So, Mr. Project Old School has chosen his subject, which is
the Ocarina of Time.
The Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo 64. What a game. One of my favourites.
Absolute classic.
So, what we do is we do 15 questions. And I will be timing. There will be a time. Not a time limit. It's just going to be timed. And we have lifelines. So there's 15 questions, and he can just answer them straight off the bat. The lifelines are, he can ask for multiple choice twice. So if he asks for multiple choice on a question that he doesn't know, I will reveal 4 possible answers. And he can do that twice throughout the 15 question. Once more, he can have a 50-50. So he can choose if he's not already revealed the 4 answers, I will give him a choice of 2 answers. One of them is correct, one of them is wrong. So, are you ready?
Bring it.
As
Let's see what we got.
As ready as you'll ever be. Right, let me just find the clock. Got the clock. We've got that.
Mine's going to go blank now, isn't it? I've played the game extensively. I did the full playthrough for YouTube, so let's see what I remember. Right,
so there will be a leaderboard, and I'm going to put it right there, probably on the wall somewhere, if my graphic power will allow it. There'll be a leaderboard, and it's going to go on there, and then all of our guests that come online to join us for the podcast, they are going to be forced into choosing a specialist subject for themselves, and they have a chance to go on the board and beat me and Project Old School. A bit like the Top Gear.
Exactly like the Top Gear leaderboard.
Star in a reasonably priced car.
With significantly less famous people.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. We might get.
Well, actually, do you know what? Saying that, Ed Annunziata, the creator of Echo the Dolphin, actually follows Project Old School on Twitter. So
does he now?
Oh, he does, yeah.
I think you need to throw him a message and go, "Oh, it's Fishy Boy."
Fishy Boy. Boy, Echo, come get on the pod. Absolutely.
So, right, so just a little bit more clarification. There's 15 questions and 1 point for each correct answer. If you don't use any of your lifelines, you get 1 point for every lifeline that you don't use. So the maximum score you can have is 18 points. 15 questions, 15 correct answers, and 3 lifeline points. Obviously, if you use a lifeline, you don't get a point for that lifeline at the end. And if there's an event of a tie, the time, that's where the stopwatch comes in. So whoever answers the 15 questions fastest, so if Project gets 13 right, and then I get 13 right, if I answer my 13 before faster than he answered his 13, I'll go above him, and vice versa. But all will be revealed in time. So, Project Old School, are you ready to embarrass yourself across YouTube?
I'm always ready to embarrass myself.
Right, quick fire. Time begins now. What were the golden goddesses who created Hyrule called?
In, Faror, and Nehru.
Correct. What are the goddesses' primary attributes?
Oh, good question. One's fire, one's life, and I can't remember the third one.
Wrong.
Yep, I thought so.
Who holds the Triforce of Wisdom?
That would be Zelda.
Correct. What happened when Link first drew from the pedestal of time the Master Sword?
He advanced time 7 years and become an adult.
Correct. The Great Deku Tree bestows upon Link which item?
Kokiri's Emerald.
Correct. I would have accepted the spiritual stone of the forest. Due to the awakening, due to the awakening as a sage of shadow, Impa urges Link with which task to complete in her absence?
Oh shit! I can't remember. Look after Zelda.
Correct.
Oh, educated guess.
Your childhood fiancé, Ruto, awakens as the Sage of Water. What was the item, the giving of which marked the recipient as the future husband of the giver?
Zora's Sapphire.
Correct. We all love Ruto.
No, we don't.
Question 8. In the desert, 2 witches, Kume and Kotake, brainwash the chief of the Gerudos. The elements of the witches are what?
Fire and ice.
Correct. Who descends into the shadows as a sage to defend Hyrule against the creatures of darkness?
Oh. Shake.
Say again?
Sheik. Which ends up being Zelda.
Wrong.
No. Right.
Which sage wasn't awoken but actually remained from an earlier time predating Ganondorf?
What was his name? The dude with a really funny moustache. I can picture him, but I cannot remember his name. He was this...
You've got lifelines. You've got lifelines.
Yeah, go on. Let's do a 50-50.
Midna or Roru?
It was Roru. Midna was Twilight Princess.
Correct. What happened to Hyrule Castle when Ganondorf seized the Triforce of Power?
Oh, it just fell apart.
To an extent. Can you give me a little bit more?
A little bit more. Are we talking about the whole on its own little floating island kind of thing?
Yeah, you were kind of there with the original answer. I shouldn't be helping you with it.
It was crafted in his image. Let's just go with that.
It was destroyed and Ganondorf's citadel was created. So we'll give you that because you said it was destroyed. Just fell apart, I think your words were.
Yeah. Well, same thing, isn't it?
What was the name of the dark musician whose chamber took the form of a large drum?
Oh, the thingy. Oh, the boss in the Shadow Temple. Shit. It wasn't Bongo Bongo, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should have given you that because you asked me the question.
Yeah.
Who's asking the question to you? Who was resurrected? Who was the resurrected monster whose hunger for Goron tribe necessitated his destruction by Link?
Vagia.
Correct.
Alvagia. Oh, it depends on your pronunciation, but...
Correct. Who was the Sage of Time?
Sage of Time. Zelda.
Correct. Which things are required to open the door of time?
The 3 spiritual stones.
No, not quite. You want to have another guess?
3 things. Oh, so you mean the ocarina and the song?
The stone, the Song of Time, and Ocarina of Time. We'll give you that one. Most of the temples exhibit a pattern for progression. What was the pattern in the Forest Temple?
A progression. How do you mean?
That each of the temple has a particular element that you need to do to unlock the rest of the temple. What was the one?
Yeah, the hero's bow.
The what? Sorry.
The hero bow.
The hero? No.
No.
It's a pattern. Something that you need to do to get further on in the temple.
Let's have a multiple choice.
It's the Pogos, the ghost that you.
Oh.
Shit, you get it. Yeah. You get it now, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, that is 15 questions, and out of those, you got 8 correct, and you have 2 unused timelines. Timelines? No, you don't. You have 2 unused lifelines. You have 10 points. And that took you 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Feel good? Feel good?
Not really. I thought I could have done a bit more, but...
Like I said, I wasn't going to make it easy for you. I was going to get some really dodgy questions in there. And I got you on a couple of them, which is cool.
You did. You did.
But
10 out of 15 is not a bad score.
No, it's good. It's good. But that puts you at the top of the leaderboard. The question is, how long are you going to stay?
A week.
We'll find out. So, I believe it's time for the Industry Idiot of the Week.
It is.
And it's your turn this week.
It is also my turn this week. So this is one that, we can both kind of relate to.
Yeah.
If you're a new content creator or a small content creator, just please do not do this because it is fucking annoying. Right, so you follow me, I follow you. If you DM me a YouTube link telling me to subscribe and check out your video, I will immediately press that unfollow button. That is the only way I can really summarize it.
It's...
You know, if you're going to take the time, interact with someone, get to know them, get to know their content, bring it up in conversation. Don't just go, "Oh, hi, thanks for the follow. Can you like my YouTube channel?"
Yeah, I can't say that I would.
No, it's just the most frustrating thing I have to deal with, and I'm pretty sure, Instagram. I'm pushing 1,400 followers now.
Yeah.
I almost feel like people seem to assume because I have that many followers that I'm a better content creator than I am.
Right.
So he has 1,400 Instagram followers. He's got 1,400 people that can like and subscribe.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I can easily say, for myself, my own YouTube channel, I've been stuck on 53 for about 7 months.
Well, you're lucky. Some of us don't even have that.
Well,
but no, I get what you mean. It's a level of impersonate. I use social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. I use that because that's a representation of me and the content I create and the kind of person that I am. I am just as likely to tell you to fuck off in person as I am to tell you to fuck off on Twitter. So, if I like what you do, if I discover you and I like what you do, then I'm going to follow you. Then I'm interested in what you do. And I expect people to have that same mindset when it comes to me. I don't want them to be following me just for the sake of it. If they assume that I'm going to follow them straight back, because 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. Everyone who follows me, don't get me wrong, I check them out. I'll have a look. I am...
Sell yourself to the other person.
Absolutely. But my followers aren't huge, naturally. Instagram, how many followers do you have on Instagram? Did you say 1,400?
A little under 1,400, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got 30. Actually, it might be a little bit more than that. I think I'm following 30 and I've got about 70. But
again, that doesn't necessarily imply that, my content's superior to yours because I've got 1,000 more followers.
Exactly. But it's a very similar thing for music, and I've been in bands for a long time. I've managed all our social media. And there is nothing where, for example, before my previous band, we ended up doing quite well for ourselves. And before we were doing well for ourselves, most people wouldn't even give you the time of day. They wouldn't respond to you.
Exactly.
If you're reaching out to venues, for example, I mean, I've been in the music industry more than I've been in the content creation industry, so I have a little bit more experience, but the moral remains the same. You're messaging venues and promoters saying, "Hi, I've got a band. We'll come down to you and we'll play for free. You don't even have to pay for anything. We'll slide in, play a set. We just want to get ourselves out there."
Yeah, makes sense.
That is a band saying that they are willing to go and do that. We will do this for you. All you need to do is put us on. We don't want anything for it. It's gonna cost us more to get down there than... Well, you lose a lot of money in bands anyway at the start. And then you're messaging promoters and they'll read your message and they don't respond to you, they don't reply or anything like that. But the moment you start making waves and you've got some very good gigs lined up and your social media following is on point, you've got people interested in you, every post that you do has got reactions coming out of its arsehole. The moment that happens, these people that were ignoring you, these venues and these promoters and all these other band members that you've leapfrogged because they've been together, for example, for 2 or 3 years, you've been together for 6 months, and all of a sudden you've leapfrogged them and you're doing something fresh, something different. All of a sudden they're in your inbox. They're going, "Hi, blah, 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 can you put us on this show with you?" Or, "Oh, hi guys, I love what you're doing now. Do you want to come and play a show?" And I remember you ignored me, didn't you? You Didn't you post something about having nobody's coming into your inbox wanting gigs and stuff like that, but now you're coming to me, and then this time you're the nobody and you can go and fuck yourself. Everything has got its own. It's a very, very similar thing to you. So when you had 20, 30 followers, no one batted an eyelid at you. But now your followers have gone up, you've attracted pricks. I was going to say something else then.
Yeah.
So fucking close to saying it.
You're doing well.
Keep it up. But yeah, I agree. The sliding into your DMs and the chances are all they've done, they've clicked on your profile, they've seen how many followers you've got, and that's all they've done. That's all they've done. They've seen that and they've gone, ooh, numbers, slide, hi, come and subscribe, and then you've gone, who the fuck are you? Hi, good afternoon. Yep. I also like what you're creating. Your profile is fantastic, by the way. Exactly. I might check you out. No, it doesn't work. I agree.
At least try and feed my ego first. Then I might be interested.
Absolutely. But listeners, let us know what you guys think on that particular episode. We've got people sliding into your DMs, asking you to subscribe and check them out without even giving you the time of day. Do you agree? Or are you on the other side? Do you not mind these people getting in touch and it's your way of finding out new content creators? There's a fence. You're either on one side or other. But I have to say I'm on project side. I've had lots of experience of social.
Yeah, we've both been there.
Yeah, social media tosspots. Trying to, well, they're only looking out for themselves, which, as most of you will be aware, it doesn't work like that. If you think about yourself and only you and your own numbers without giving anybody else the time of day, you are screwed from the beginning, and you might as well just give up now, because that's what happens. Sorry, bringing you the facts here on Bowerstone Tavern Gaming Podcast. Right, I think that is it for the week.
I believe it is. It's a long episode today.
It is. It's been recording for a hell of a lot longer than we've been actually recording as well.
It has.
So if you would like to follow us, be sure to do so on Twitter. You search for Bowerstone GP on Twitter for the podcast. Project Old School for him, and Hirama Wow for me. And don't forget, we're both streaming on Facebook Gaming, so Hirama Wow for me, Project Old School for him. And if you want to take it a little bit further, we do have a Patreon for the podcast. There's a few tiers on there. Starting at £1, I believe, for a mere £1 a month, we can give you some shit. I don't know what yet, but I think there's a project set it up. So you could probably tell you a lot.
Yeah. So if you don't like it, it's my fault. Yeah.
There we go. But we do have space, and visitors and guests are very, very, very welcome. So if you want to be on the podcast, get in touch, and we'll get you on as soon as we can. And now we have the leaderboard for the pub queue. There's all the more reason for you to be on here. So whoever's at the top of that table at the end of season 1, which we've not decided when we'll be,
which will be at some point.
Yeah. Then you'll get something. Who knows? It might be this cup, or it might be Project Cap. Who knows? We'll work it out. But the only way, there we go. What we got here? Look at that, an official Project Old School cap. What we say about that?
All good retailers.
Right, so if I go down B&M, there'll be one there.
They got everything else, so why not?
Yeah, why the fuck not? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget, you can watch it on YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and Google, Amazon, all the other places. And
everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. And we will be back next week. So keep slippy, and do not slide into Project Old School's DMs asking him to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
I will unfollow.
Right. Take care, boys and girls. We'll see you soon.